Okay, we're back. Part two. And if you have not seen part one, go ahead and watch part one and then come watch part two. Or watch part two and go back and watch part one. But yeah, I'm just going to start where I left off. It's like, yeah, it's like two people were, I feel like two people were conspiring, conspiring, and they were conspiring to come up against this empress, but things didn't work out well. Someone regrets trying to come up against the empress because now they're realizing that they was fucking up their own home. They was self-sabotaging their own home. They was trying to get you to do, like, to win something at all costs. They didn't care. Lies, manipulation, deception. They didn't care. They wanted to change something around for you. But you know what? Karma is something because judgment came. And now this whole situation has changed all the way back around to where it should be. Hey, J Mike, someone can't throw shade at you anymore. Someone can't use your name in vain anymore. Someone can't lie on you any longer. And this person that cannot lie on you any longer, this person that is just really going through, now they wanna like keep to themselves. They don't want to be out in public. They don't want to be seen. They don't want nobody to see them. But everybody sees them and everybody knows exactly what they did. So for them not to want to be seen, they are being seen. You know, you completed this cycle, you closed this chapter, you healed yourself, and somebody else is trying to figure out how you did it, and they're the ones that are burdened now. They're the ones that have all these struggles. They're the ones that is trying to carry all these wands. Like I said, this King of Cups wants peace, wants to leave all of this, wants to, like, why did I even think about going down that road? Because they thought that they were going to work with this Queen of Wands, and like things were gonna, they was gonna be part of the crowd, like they was gonna get something, but they didn't. Well, they did. They got played. They got played. They got embarrassed, but that's it. And then what this King of Pentacles was trying to, you know, act like they had, some money, but this King of Pentacles really didn't have any money. This King of Pentacles was sitting here causing illusions, trying to let somebody else think, this is the best thing since sliced bread. They was just causing illusions. And now that someone is sitting here really looking at things, really taking a good look at things just don't look right. In fact, they look really hella wrong. Especially whenever they're thinking about, they should have just stayed with you. They should have worked with you. They would have been happy with you. This is where they need to be. Somebody is tripping because they're thinking about how they really they really try to take you out. They really try to take you out. And see, someone could be under investigation for what they was trying to do, especially to an earth angel. But see, they didn't think that what comes around was going to go right back around, and it's going right back around. This person is stunned. This is somebody that they should have been in a relationship with, because this was the person who was telling them the truth. And now they're sitting here trying to fight this heartache and heartbreak. All they really want to do is come to you. They want to apologize to you. They want to offer you this cup of love, but they see that their cup is open and they see your cup is now closed. And how fucked up is that? What's the message? Yeah, confirmation. Yep, somebody they want to bring you this little apology, but you know what? They know that they it's like they did too much. It's like this person knows they have to just like leave it all. But they wish that they would have understood that you were extremely spiritual. They wish that they would have understood, how much power you actually have. In that way, they would have been stronger. They would have been ready to leave this. Someone is just thinking. That's all they can do now is just think. And all they want to do is just leave. They want to come towards you. They need to leave this. But see, this devil energy is expecting something. Now, and see, somebody didn't realize they was going to have a big price to pay. They wasn't, whenever they were signing that contract with that devil, they didn't realize that the price that they had to pay was going to be so big. The price that they had to pay was you. You. That's what they had to give up. Loyalty, longevity, commitment. They had to give up you. And this is what they have now. This is what they signed that contract for. They wanted to get rid of peace, and they wanted lies. They wanted confusion. They wanted to fight, to argue. They wanted to not trust. Now this person realizes that you did too much. Someone is trying to strike a deal with God. They're trying to work with God now. Someone is trying to strike a deal with God. Like, dear God, if I can just get my life back, if I can get back on the right track, if I can do this, if I can do that, I promise you. Too many. Yeah, they want to strike a deal with God. They want to say, okay, well, if I do this, can I get this? Someone is really scared now because you know what? Before they was sitting there saying, "Oh, I don't believe in God, this and that and the other." They just knew they had it. They was just like, "Well, I don't believe in it." But yeah, they were so stubborn. They were so stuck on themselves. They just felt like they knew it all. They don't feel like that now. Now they feel like they should have really saw what you was about. They shouldn't have been trying to hold back from you whenever you're like, hey, you need to do that. You may have been giving them smudge sticks. There's hidden enemies where smudge yourself, smudge your house, smudge your car. That way, if people don't come around, it's good. The smudge stick is working. You know who is who. Somebody didn't believe that, but I bet you right now they're smudging everything. They cannot smudge enough. They going to sleep smudging, waking up in the middle of the night smudging. They going to the store buy a new more smudge sticks. They in the morning smudging. They around the house smudging. Because somebody understands they should have been really, really paying attention. Instead of them sitting there thinking that you was the fool when you wasn't talking bad about nobody. They should have been thinking that the other people was a fool for talking bad about you. What's the message? And I think I saw that Red Violet put in the chat for the part one. The question was, how many of us are out here? I'm going to put it in the chat. Let me see. Question. How many of us are out here? There. Hey, Queen J, how are you? And Shaylin, J Mike, thanks for coming back. Yeah, see somebody, they want to make a deal now. They want to get rid of all this. Hey, Cali Swag. They're like, okay, well, if I do this, if I get rid of this, if I get rid of that, if I turn my back on this person, can I go back to my Empress? Can I please have my happy life? It wasn't perfect, but I was happy. I was confident. I was content. I had joy. I had peace. Spirit said, you got to get rid of this motherfucker completely. Completely. It's like somebody needs to remember to go back to the time before they allowed themselves to get fucked up mentally and emotionally. Before they allowed themselves to be taken there somewhere where they really weren't prepared to go. They weren't really sure what that contract was when they were signing that contract. Somebody realized now they should have really looked at the fine print. Because that way they would have known to leave this situation immediately. Don't even think about trying to take somebody down and to harm somebody or to pew somebody, especially not this Empress. It's like it's bad. Oh, and then these enemies, everybody that they thought they was cool with, that they was we are all on the same team. No, they're not. No, they're not. Somebody's magic ain't even working anymore. Somebody's magic ain't even working anymore. No, they're not. They're not on the same team. You on a different team now. They on the team, but they pushed you out to a different team. Because they said that, they don't feel you're part of that group anymore. That because you want to complete this cycle and go back to this person. Your family member. Maybe this is your mama or something like that. Yeah, it's like we have to be very careful about these contracts. And then on top of that, somebody was trying to hold something back from you. Something back from you. But now this person is fighting it. And it's like I said, they trying to fight and they trying to bargain with God. Like, okay, well, wait a minute. I don't want to have to fight this, but what can I do? And this, that, and the other. Because they really want to come back to you. They want that ship to be able to come in, but they're not sure if you really want to work with them anymore, or how you would even feel working with them, or would you be able to trust them? Somebody's looking at you, and not only just looking at you, but they're trying to figure out if they bring you this apology, are you going to accept it, or are you going to just say, oh no, you just did too much? Letting this person know that I can't trust you. That's why I can't be around you. Then this person cause chaos and then try to ghost you. And I feel like this person even lied on you, maybe discredited your name and your character. Like you was the worst thing out there. Yes, and they had help. They had help discrediting your character. Like you was the worst thing out there, like you wasn't even worth nothing. Like somebody always had to give you something. You didn't have your shit together at all. Somebody always had to take care of your ass. But that wasn't the truth. They was lying on this earth angel. They was lying on the earth angel. What's the message? Hey, Callie Swag, you back with us? Thank you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody wants this new start with this this new beginning. Somebody that's like, I feel like this person is just like really money hungry, like really, really greedy. Yes, to the point where they was trying to do anything. Like this is somebody that if this was a part of their family or a close friend of the family, somebody that could have been a father figure. This was a father figure that had some deep secrets, some dark secrets. This is somebody who was like a dark high priestess, somebody who was trying to throw some magic or some dark energy and trying to like destroy the family. That's what I'm getting. Destroy the family, whether it's their family or somebody else's family. Because somebody was just on that evil energy. Mm-hmm. And somebody just didn't even see it. It's like they was just so, I don't know what they was looking at. Like they don't know what they was looking at. But whatever it was, they hate that they looked at it. This person has such deep regret right now for the role that they played. The role that they played. They showed love to this person who was your hidden enemy. They showed lots of love and great respect to this person who was a witch in your life. Mm. What's the message? Mm-hmm. Something about this hermit. I feel like this person is trying to disappear, but it's not going to work because it's like they're trying to disappear from sight so no one can see them. They're trying to ghost everything in there. You know how you so embarrassed, you're like, I wish that I could just become invisible, but they can't. It's like someone is spying on them, doing some investigation. This could be, the court. This could be God. This could be, someone in a high level of position. This somebody's doing some looking. Something is about to come out. Something's about to come out about this person. What this person has been doing in the background. But I feel like you already know tricks they were playing. Everything is exposed. You was telling them about it. Yeah. I don't know why I'm hearing that song. Can nobody hold my stride, break my stride? Can nobody hold me down? Oh no, I got to keep on moving. Or whatever whatever the words are. Yes, exactly. Can nobody break your stride? Right. Somebody wishes that you would come in, that they could heal this with you. They really do. It's like they want a second chance. They really do. They want a second chance at this relationship, at making this right. They said, you know what? If you give them a second chance, not only are they going to make sure that you are protected, but they're going to protect you from anything that will come to harm you. This person is offering their love long term. This person is like, now they want to, now that they understand what you were talking about. Now they understand where your mind was at. And it was never in a dark place. It was never in an envious place. It was never in any place except for where it needed to be. Let's see what else. Mm. And I hate this for this person, especially if someone tried to tell them about don't sign on that dotted line with that devil. But they did it anyway. The Empress. Hmm. And this is what this person is thinking about you. This Empress is so nurturing, and that's all they can think about in the past, like how loving you are. But once again, this person, they just was curious about, if I had this rod and I took this action and I did this and I did that, I wonder how it would turn out. They surely didn't discern anything. They didn't use no logic. They was just going for it. They was going for it. It's like they didn't see that for this household, if they went to it, they didn't realize how much pain it was going to bring. They didn't realize, even though they had all the information, the household, they was happy, but they didn't realize, that how much pain they was going to bring. But it was this decision that somebody made. Now they want to take it back. Now they want to transition from this decision, this two of swords, from cutting you out. Now they want to go peacefully towards you. You know, especially now that they understand that this magician was part of the reason, or the main one who was trying to talk about putting 10 swords in your back. They know the truth of who you are. They know that you're the earth angel. They know this. They've seen you. They know that you are the star, and it's because of you that they was able to be stand on your shoulders. That's how they were able to get whatever it was that they had. Yes, they understand that now. A judgment call has been made. Now somebody has no choice but to look at everything totally different. Now somebody is really looking at some shit closely. They are really looking at it closely. Now it's like they see everything they didn't see before. And that's why they feel like a fool, because now their money is all messed up. All because they decided that they wanted to pursue something, but the choice that they made, the path that they went on, that was the worst path that they could have gone on, because that was the path that led them to conflict and kept them stuck in a cycle. Now somebody understands that they need to fight against this person, that this emperor was not an emperor in the upright. This emperor was not some emperor that had all their money together and could do for somebody. This was not that person. This was somebody who wanted to collaborate with somebody, because it's like two's company, three's a crowd, because they couldn't pay their own bills. That's why they was trying to make it seem like, hey, everything is a party. Hey, because they couldn't pay their own bills. But see, you were strong enough. You were strong enough. You was tough enough. You was bright enough. You was wise enough. And you paid your own. But see, it's this person that couldn't pay their own bills. They had some type of passion for you. Yes, they had some type of passion for you. And they felt like if they tried something, if they tried to do something, if they tried to trick you some way, that you would come to them, and then if you came to them, then they would ghost you and they would leave you high and dry, and then they would take whatever money that you had before they left. It was like this whole plan, and for you to be at loss, for your heart to be broke, for you not know what the fuck to do, for you to be afraid to strike out with anybody else, for you to be afraid to want to be with anybody else, for you to say, I'm done with this love thing. I don't want this. The family was over. Everything was to shit. They didn't want you to have anything. They wanted you to be completely deceived and completely beat the fuck up. Hold on, who this fuck is? But see, one thing they didn't see or didn't know about you is that you saw their other side. You knew who they were. And you knew how to get out of what they was trying to get you involved in. And you was telling it to that other person who thought that they was getting ready to explore with somebody. Because see, they allowed somebody to talk them into some bullshit that they were thinking that the wheel was going to turn in their favor. But that's not happened. That's not how it happened. They allowed somebody, they played mind tricks with somebody only to find out that that person's life is now ruined. And this person is sitting here thinking about how they teamed up with you to do this action against, how they teamed up with somebody to do this action against you. But right now, like I said, somebody, they're trying to make a deal with God. They're trying to show some courage. They're trying to say, okay, God, if I can do this, can I please get with that? They're trying to talk to God. They're trying to come up with some plan. God, what is it that I can do? Hey, Courtney, how are you? Hey, Kay, hi, V214. Yeah, now somebody's trying to see if they can strike a deal, if they can. Please don't let my punishment be so bad. Please don't let me ruin my entire fucking life. All because they thought that they could get something from you. All because they wanted to listen to the devil. And all because they didn't appreciate their home life. Yeah, it's like somebody was curious if they could make this person, they was curious if they could play with this person's mind. If they could get in this person's mind, if they could make them take some type of strike against you, they were curious as to how much power they would have over this person. If this person's mind was weak enough, they would have so much power they could control them. They could make them do this, they could make them do that, they could make them do this, and they could make them take you out. And then once they do that, they're going to turn them in, put all the blame on them, and then they get everything. Somebody was not using their discernment or their logic when it came to that partnership. Somebody was just like thinking about money, but they wasn't thinking about the pain that they was about to feel. All because somebody want to make a stupid ass decision. Now this karma is coming back on them. And I can't really go off because then we'll be doing a part 3, part 4, part 5, like I really want to. But yes, this person is looking at you. Not only are you balanced, not only are you good with your emotions and your thoughts, the good and the bad, the righteous and the evil, but you're also healed. You're also healing others. And you're also receiving everything that you deserve with this justice card. And this is the truth. Also, what is the truth is that other person, because of that decision that they made, they're experiencing pain. But they thought it was going to be you. They didn't think it was going to be them. What's the message? Yeah. Somebody, they want to work on something. Now they want to, it's like, no, they don't want to work on something. They realize something that they worked on, something they put a lot in. They invested a lot in this. But whatever it was that they worked on so diligently, what they put so much into this, it didn't do anything. It was a bust. I mean, they actually went down. They went from the 8 of Pentacles to the 7 of Pentacles. Now they at the 5 of Pentacles, and they can see their life is actually going down. I feel like, this person, there's something about this person's pride. This person's pride is stopping this person from approaching this other person because they feel like someone is going to be defensive, or like they have to be defensive whenever they don't. Because when they think about it, there's nothing to be defensive about. It's like they already lost their family. And now this person is just out there with the hangman hanging around in the middle of conflict, being blamed for these choices that this person made, for this cycle that this person is now stuck in, all because they were curious as to what it would be like to fuck you up, to hurt you, to take you out, to unalive you, to make it so that you're no longer here. They're stuck in this cycle now. What's the message? That's why they're praying. That's why they're praying to God. Because they know they are under judgment. They know they're under judgment. This is why this person is praying. This is why this person has made this decision to leave, to go to calmer waters. They made this decision to close this chapter, to get away from this motherfucker. They trying to get as far away from this backstabbing motherfucker as they can, because they know this person was nothing but a fucking fool. And they was a fool listening. They know this the truth. Everybody know this the truth. Even you know this the truth, and you even try to tell them. You even try to tell them You told them in the nicest way a long time ago. Baby, that ain't nothing that you want to mess with. Baby, that ain't no who it's not who you want to hang out with. Baby, watch yourself. Baby this, baby that. But see, somebody thought they was gonna collaborate. They thought it was gonna be all good until they realized they really didn't read the fine print of who they was kicking it with, who they was collaborating with, who they was trying to work with. They didn't read that fine print. Now somebody they wanna stop that shit. Now they don't want to do it. Now they don't want to add to it anymore. They don't want to be a part of this no more. And now they scared. What you scared of? That contract that you signed? Is that what it is? Honey, that contract that you signed, you said that you wanted to be with this other person. You didn't want to be you signed a contract to have a happy life with this person. You don't want no happy life with the Queen of Cups. You wanted the Queen of Cups to be in a constant state of pain. You wanted to be with the witch, not with the Queen of Cups. Hey, Kahina, how are you? So it doesn't make sense if you wanted somebody to be in a constant state of pain. That was the decision that you made for somebody to be in a constant state of pain. Now all of a sudden you want some assistance. Now you want to get out of your pain. Now you want to, I want to close this chapter. I don't want to do this shit no more. I didn't know this shit hurt like this. Really? You didn't know stabbing somebody in the back with 10 swords was going to hurt? You didn't know taking this club and beating somebody with it was going to hurt? You had no idea? I love you too, Kahina. See, somebody, like they say, the wisdom, we got the you know, it's like somebody had wisdom to know that, the money that they had was not long money. It was okay money, but it wasn't no long money. And they should have balanced the shit out. But see, now it's like somebody's getting the message about their money, and it's not good. But there is an opportunity that's coming. And I feel like this is the opportunity that somebody feels like they really need. But I feel like somebody needs to not talk about it, because if they talk about it, then someone else is going to try and do something to mess it up. Whatever that brand new opportunity is, don't talk about shit. Keep it to yourself. Celebrate in private. Because if not, somebody's going to act like that's wonderful news, but they're going to try and create conflict. Yes, don't tell anybody about it. This is something that somebody's been waiting around for. This is something that somebody's been waiting around for too. And it's like, I think at one point they were starting to tell somebody, about maybe when they were first starting to do something. But I think that they somehow, it's like something with the waves. I don't know why I'm seeing like analog waves. Maybe this person started feeling the energy of somebody, because this person was waiting around for this position to come. And I feel like, somebody started trying to pick on them or something like that, or say shit so that they, would lose hope and confirmation, lose hope and make the wrong choice. But this person decided that they were going to just have courage. They was going to keep going. They was going to persevere. They wasn't going to talk about nothing to this person any longer. And that's whenever this opportunity materializes, all because of their choice. And they use their own intuition of when to shut the fuck up. Hey, Demita, how are you? Mm-hmm. This person also, it's like they're trying to wonder why whenever you was trying to talk to them, whenever you were trying to give them some communication, why they didn't listen. Because now they see how strong you are in this partnership, that you was the one that they should have chosen to be with. Not allow somebody to get them all in their head, only to mess up their life, to have this tower moment. Yes. So y'all, we have that the question for tonight. And it's how many of us are out there? There's only one answer. There's only one correct answer. How many of us are out there? Yeah, somebody, they now see the truth about what they need to do, that they're going to have to start protecting themselves. They have to defend themselves, about from these spiritual attacks. It's not just a physical attack. Someone is understanding that they have been under spiritual attack. And that's why this loss has been happening in their life. That's why there's this conflict within their home. And this person thought that they could just be all diplomatic. And if they're diplomatic and don't really do anything, that shit will go away. Shit would be all right. No, shit just got worse. At some point, somebody gonna have to stand up and show some courage and some tenacity and bop a motherfucker if they got to. Shit was just getting worse. Mm-hmm. Yes. Regarding this action. This is why this person needs to take action. Until they take action, these tower moments are going to continue to happen. Until someone can finally stand up for themselves and take some action. Those tower moments are going to continue to happen. Timid people don't come out on top. Timid people are always at the bottom. It's not until you learn to open up your damn mouth and start talking about what it is that you deserve, what you ain't putting up with. I wish a motherfucker would. I bet you if I don't come for you, don't send for me. Or if I don't send for you, don't come for me. It's like until somebody learns to open up their mouth and really get indignant with those people that are really getting ignorant and indignant with them. They may not be doing it this way with their mouth, but actions can be just as motherfucking indignant. Mm-hmm. Just as indignant. Yeah. Just from the actions. It's not even the words. Just the actions. True story. True story for me. So, this person that I know, named Richard, okay, known him for a long time. This was the biggest motherfucking devil in my life. Not only did Richard sleep with my mother, the same woman who said she didn't like me, I wonder why. If you going around sleeping with my trash, I wonder why. Not only did he sleep with my mother and then try and say that, oh, when I get older, maybe I'll be as sexy as her. But then he wants to sit there and poison my son against me. Let me let the world know. And Richard already knows this is why his ass is nowhere to be found. If I was to see him in the street, it would be on sight. That's why we have to leave these toxic relationships and people behind. Someone needs to understand that. That's why someone needs to leave all that toxic shit behind, because it don't ever get better. It only gets worse. You trying to work it out with somebody who's trying to play tricks on you. They're trying to play tricks with your mind, tricks to, with your heart. You trying to work it out. You trying to balance something who's with somebody who ain't trying to balance with you. Get the message. True story. I'm damn near 60, but let me tell you something. I see that old nasty motherfucker. Trust me. I don't give a shit if I only got a slipper on my foot. Something's gonna be a weapon on that motherfucking day, because that bitch know he got something coming. And then on top of that, the bitch wouldn't leave me alone. It wasn't until I had to really block him from everything, put his ass out on YouTube Front Street years ago, and had to do all this other shit where I had to send this group text and put my family in it. That's when that dumb motherfucker finally left me the fuck alone. Because I was like, bitch, ain't nobody liked you since I was a fucking teenager. It's been 40 fucking years. You ain't got a fucking clue yet. You done wasted your entire motherfucking life trying to get with somebody who don't want to get with you. Get the fuck on. I probably said a few more curse words than those, but just to give you a brief synopsis of what was going on. Yes, I'm telling you. Did I just pick these up, or are these the same cards that just came out? Right. Watch out, Richard. The show, right? Don't tell him that. Let me get him. Let me get him. I've been waiting. Yes. But yeah, something about somebody's happiness. You know, somebody, they want to be happy again. They're tired of these tower moments. They're tired of this, and they know that the tower moments are coming because of, they're getting the message that the tower moments are coming because they decided that they was going to go outside of what God felt like they should be doing, what was acceptable. And now this person is like, oh my God, what did I do? What did I do? What's the message? So if anybody out there think that they got a fucked up life, just know that there is always somebody out there that got a more fucked up life than you. But it doesn't make a difference on how fucked up you thought that your past was. You can always change it. You can always choose to do you by yourself. Be happy. That's exactly what I had to do. Exactly. What's the message? Yes. And it has a lot to do with your generosity too. Never stop that. Never stop that. But once you set yourself free, that's whenever, you find that new love. And whether that new love is just you. Because I feel like God is going to send somebody up. God has got something to say to somebody. I don't know why I'm here. And you know what? God has got a dream for somebody. Look for a dream tonight. God is going to give somebody a dream. It's going to be a beautiful blessing. Mm-hmm. And it's going to, someone is going to be, it's going to be leading them like clues as to what they need to do to get out of this mess. It's going to be leaving clues as what someone needs to do. It's going to show somebody who they've been kicking it with. Is that really your friend? And it's going to show somebody, I'm telling you, what they need to do to stop these tower moments happening in their life. God has got to look for a prophetic dream tonight. So before you go to sleep, just thank God in advance. What's the message? That's too much. What's the message? I know somebody knows the answer to this question. It's not that hard. How many of us are out there, are out here? How many of us are doing what we got to do? What's the message? Yeah, somebody, they definitely want to be diplomatic now. Especially since the truth has come out, especially about, how they didn't even exhibit any courage back then because they was living in fear. This person was off balance. Their balance was off, and they didn't know. It's like they didn't know what to believe. But now that shit is over. They know what to believe now. They no longer want to believe the lie because they know that lie fucked their life up. And now somebody feels like they have to use some caution when it comes to, this whole love situation. They got to be very careful. They're trying to keep that to themselves. They're trying to keep shit in, like their heart is not that broke. But you know what? Whenever you left, that's whenever they woke up and they started wising up. That's when they started wising up, and they said, okay, they see that these two was working together, working together to keep them stuck. But you know what? You was the one who was always their wish fulfillment. You was the one who was their home. You was their rock. Mm-hmm. Somebody else that was trying to guide them and lead them. Says it's successfully connected. Are we okay, J Mike? Are we okay, or are we spinning? Says we're successfully connected. What's the message, Spirit? Okay, thank you. So, yeah, somebody feels like, before they do another thing, somebody's going to sit there and think about everything. They talk about using your discernment. Somebody said before they even make a move, they ain't making a move without thinking about everything. They're not going through that no more. They're not going through that no more. What's the message? Anything else? Anything else? Hmm? Yeah, something about this high priestess using her intuition. Mm-hmm. This high priestess definitely used her intuition, especially whenever it came down to these two. It could have been some parents, because we got the Queen and King of Pentacles, and something that they were trying to do, some information they were sending out, something that they were trying to send out, but somebody was using their intuition whenever it came to them. Yeah. Something about this choice that they made, this choice was guided by God. Guided by God for them to have a new opportunity, a fresh start. Yes, a fresh start so that they could end this who they don't know, who they really don't know who they are. Who like having like they was living with the vampires their entire life, but didn't realize that they were vampires. Now they have a fresh start. No longer living with vampires, but really aware that, hey, maybe there's really vampires out there, or whatever the situation is. But yeah, somebody, this whole action, it's like it messed up their life. They feel, but now they want to travel to you. They really want to travel to you because they want this wheel of fortune to turn in their favor so that they can have a new start with you. Yeah. Yes. Right. Right. Thank you, J Mike. Thank you. Exactly. Thank you, J Mike. J Mike's like, come on, y'all. Think. It's 12 times 12 with three zeros on the end. That's right. Well, nobody got it tonight. So since nobody got it tonight, there's no winners tonight. We're going to think of another question for tomorrow. And then I guess we're just going to have a question on Monday. We was going to end, or no, we'll have another question on Saturday. That'll be the 5, okay? So, all right, y'all, I'm going to leave it there. It is 8 o'clock my time. I'm getting ready to get off of here, eat me something, and of course, crash out. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate y'all tuning in with me. The part 1 and the part 2. When we tell those karmics, we're giving them 2 of these and 1 of these. I look forward to seeing all y'all. I love y'all even more. Oh, and the community page is open. So if y'all want to post on the community page and connect with me, let's do it. Let's do it. I love y'all. Thank you so very much. And I will see you all tomorrow. Good night.